Every rotten part of our culture has its origin in the Marxist ideology that the world is divided into the oppressors or the oppressed. It's so easy to fall into the trap of thinking success is limited to our jobs. We are sold that lie every single day. We are told that getting married and having a family is boring. We are told that being religiously observant is constraining. We are told that being involved in your community is a burden. We see it every day in articles, online, in movies, in the shows we stream. Every message we get in this modern hustle culture outside of our religious communities and our own intuition tells us to throw real purpose out the window in favor of what amounts to a careerist grind. True success is climbing the totem pole, or being famous, or making lots and lots of money, or even just living in a perpetual treat-yourself mindset for your personal fun and ease, to the detriment of everything else. Where does this lie come from? Unironically, Marxism. Every rotten part of our culture has its origin in the Marxist ideology that the world is divided into the oppressors or the oppressed. For sex, the story began in the 1960s with the women's liberation movement. Here, the oppressors and the oppressed were divided by gender. Women are born victims. Men are born oppressors. Men have the power of the patriarchy and the male privilege to sleep around and have high-powered careers without worrying about having children or a marriage. When it comes to sex, the left treats a high-powered career at the expense of a family as a thing men get to do that women are oppressed by not getting to do. That was the big innovation of the women's liberation movement. All of a sudden, the fact that men worked outside the home to support their families became what success looked like, and that success was something hoarded by men at the expense of women. Instead of viewing men's hard work as their role in helping provide for their wives and children, men's work became the end-all be-all of fulfillment and meaning. The only way for women to find the same happiness and purpose these men supposedly had was for them to do what men do, working outside the home in a life-consuming career. The media ran with this, helping to erase the worth of stay-at-home mothers by promoting feminists like Betty Friedan and her book, The Feminine Mystique, which called suburban home life a comfortable concentration camp. The fact that men and women naturally have different roles, and the fact that women find their joy and meaning in motherhood was unimportant in the face of the revolution that the women's liberation movement was fighting for. The most important point to understand about this feminist revolution is that it wasn't saying that women could work. It was saying that women should work. It was saying that the family is a prison that chains women to misery, and that truly free-thinking women would naturally put career ahead of marriage and motherhood. The funny thing about this masculine ideal of success that the women's liberation movement sold to women is that it never even existed for men. It was never the case that men somehow uniquely benefited from the soulless, careerist pursuit of money and status without room for God, love, family, and community. Some men do live that way, but no men benefit from it. The women's liberation movement took the caricature of men who live only to work and sleep around, which was a negative stereotype, and started portraying that as the actual epitome of the good life. Instead of realizing that when men did work outside of the home, it was for the family, the left acted as if a successful career was in and of itself the point. The redefinition of success for women ended up hurting men too. For both men and women, the idea of self-involved ambition and responsibility-free fun became the standard assumption of the good life. Marriage and children became the dreaded end of the good times, and something that people could and should keep putting off until they were older, or less selfish, or done having fun. Which is, of course, an utterly unappealing way to think of having a family at all. So we've established two things. One, the careerist idea of success and the so-called freedom of singleness at the expense of family is a modern invention of the left as part of its attempt to destroy traditional values. And two, just like everything else concocted by the left, it gets human nature completely wrong and will make you miserable if you believe in it. Armed with that information, the next step is to prepare yourselves to deal with the pressure you'll be under to conform to this idea of success as you enter college and the real world. Not just conform in terms of trying to fit in, but also in terms of judging, and comparing yourself to others' careers and ambitions, and beating yourself up if you make the boring, unexciting, or unimpressive decision to live a loving, more quiet life of family and faith. Internalizing the careerist me excitement of the modern idea of success is a big danger for anyone.